Well, good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday the 25th of January and in the garage doing a bit of tinkering today on the two cars. Took the Fiesta this week for MOT and passed, fortunately, and I'm now doing some work on these two. So as you can see over there, there's a Chamois Sport, the green one, and obviously the Sunbeam Sport here. I've provisionally sold the green one, which is great news. And the guy wants some mini lights on it. He's going to put some mini lights on it, but what I've decided to do, there's a treat and a bit of a bonus for him. I've bought a new set of mini lights for my red one, even though these are only a couple of years old. And I'm going to put the new ones on the red one, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to check the brakes over, and I'm going to put the ones off the red one on the green one. Now personally, I like it with the mini lights. A lot of people don't like it with the mini lights. They think it looks better with the banded wheels. Personal choice. I prefer it with the mini lights, like I just said, but I don't mind it with the Steelies. But it's a bit old school, the Steelies, and the mini lights just transform the look of the car with the chrome and everything, and the polished rims. So we're going to have 7-inch J's on the back and 6 on the front, like I've got on here, which obviously are these wheels, and of the centre caps in with the Singer Sport logo as well. So that's my job for today, and then while we're doing that, we're going to check over the green one, re-grease the kingpins, give it a clean underneath, adjust the brakes if needed, check that nothing's seized because I need to replace it, and I need to put MOT on it for him, clean it up. Got a gearbox to put in it when I get one off Andy Jones of Strigley Engineering, because it's a little bit noisy through the gears and a bit notchy. Yeah, but that's only half a day's work, or a day's work at the most, and then it's good to go for him. So while we've got the wheels off the red one, I decided we may as well just check it over. It's coming up to show season, so let's get the kingpins greased, again brakes checked over, general thorough check underneath, make sure there's no horrors, and away we go. So we'll catch up in a bit when I've jacked the car up and got the wheels off. Okay, so we've got the car jacked up. So first thing I want to do is just check for play in the kingpins, because they do wear a bit, and I try and grease them every year or every 6 months even. So basically just wobble the wheel top to bottom, and there is a little bit of play, and we'll do it left to right to check the strap red ends, and that's all right. One way to tell whether it's a kingpin or it's the wheel bearing, if you have a second person, put the foot on the brake and wobble it again. If you've still got play, it's definitely a kingpin, or your ball joints if you have ball joints in your car. If the play goes, then it's definitely the wheel bearing, which then you just need to whiz apart, re-grease up, and nip it back up again. So there is a little bit of play there, which doesn't surprise me, and the wheel spins freely, so the brakes feel okay. We'll whiz over to the other side, and I'll just do a quick check on that one as well, and let's see if we've got any play. Again, a little bit of play there, nothing left to right, wheel spins freely. So the next port of call is get the wheel off. So I purchased this last year. It's a Milwaukee gun. It's a ratchet gun. It's absolutely fantastic. It's 18 volts or something, I'm not sure. I can't see it, I've not got my glasses on. But it's brilliant. Lithium battery, lasts forever. And there's a setting on the top, so I keep it on the low setting so it doesn't damage anything. I'll just whiz the wheel off. There you go. Jobs are good. Wheel off. And like you can see, the wheels are just a bit dirty on the inside, but they're like new. They've done very little mileage. The tyres are in great condition still. They've probably done about 5,000 miles, if that. Probably not even that. So they're going to go on the Chamois Sport, which is just here. Now I think personally they look far better. Go the right way against the green as opposed to the steels, but it's everybody's preference. And like I say, I've got people comment on Facebook, oh no, it's wrong, you need to put blah 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 on, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to have wheel trims on. Everybody's personal choice. Do what you want with your own car. The guy who's buying this said he wants the mini lights on, so that's his personal choice. I like the mini lights, my personal choice, but I've put the Steelies on to give me a different look, but I don't like it. So going back to the Steelies, sorry, the alloys, for a short time. Then again, I might change my mind and not sell it and fall in love with it again, but who knows. So anyway, we're diverging. So this is the, so we're back to the red one now, and underneath here, you can see it's, oh blooming heck, all over my camera. It's quite clean underneath. It's been done coming up to 20 years. I refreshed it about 7 or 8 years ago to give it a bit of a refresh underneath, but I need to probably do it again really. I might scrape all the original under seal off and then re-stone chip it just in case anything tracks below. But generally it's in good condition. I'll whiz the drum off, we'll check the brake liners. I know they're all new, it's just checking the cylinders aren't seized with them being stud. But apart from that, it'll be a quick clean up with some wax, wheel back on, new wheel on with new wheel nuts, and then we'll move around to the other side and then we'll do the backs. Okay, so for them that don't know how to check cylinders, because there is some people and they've never had a drum off before, there's a retaining screw here which is part of the drum. There's a hole in the drum, there's 2 holes, one there and one there. You screw that off and your drum should come off. These here, little knurl, one at the top and one at the bottom, or front and back, however you want to look at it, they adjust the brakes. So when you turn the square nut on the back of the drum, it moves the shoe in or out to catch on the brake drum. And then these are your cylinders, and you're holding springs. You got one at the top, one at the bottom, and these little things here are the retainers which hold the shoe back. Easiest way to do it is just get your screwdriver, push on the piston, that goes in lovely. And do the same with that one. These are new, as you can see. Push that in, that goes in lovely, so it's nice and free. The other thing is just pull the boot back and make sure you've got no oil in. I'm running silicone fluid on this, so it should stop corrosion, but it doesn't always. So they're nice and dry, as you can see. So happy with that. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a blow off. Now these are asbestos free brake shoes, so we're safe to blow the dust away. And these are high quality ones from the Hillman Imp Club off Bob Allen, Spurs secretary. So if you remember, you can use him. And they're a great brake shoe. They stop on a 6p for drum brakes, especially with the servo one. A lot of people convert them to discs. I've never had them on, so I can't really comment, but what I have heard from some people, they're a little bit light on the front and the fronts lock up. It might be just hearsay that, but that's what I've heard. So we'll see where we go with that. But that's my preference is drum brakes. The only pain is getting them balanced, so they are a bit of a pain. They do need constant maintenance over a disc brake, and the disc brake obviously dissipates the heat a bit better. But it's a road car, not a race car, and the drums are far good enough for what I need. Okay, so now I've cleaned everything off underneath. I'll show you that in a minute. So we're going to do the greasing the kingpins. So I have an old trusty hand operated grease gun. I can just get in camera, I don't think I can get in. Yeah, well, that's where it is. Found it in a skip, believe it or not. People throw it away, and you can see there where the 2 grease nipples are. Oops. Just one on the top and one on the bottom. And what we do, we get that on, pump it a couple of times, and out the top cap you'll get a bit of grease, and out the bottom cap and out the joints. Then you know you've got it. Now it's quite soft. These have been recently done, so the grease will go in. But when they've not been done for a while, you tend to get the grease hard, and you really struggle getting the grease in. I don't really know what the solution is. Maybe you take the grease nipples out for starters and get a little bit of wire or some welding wire and just try and loosen off the hard grease if it's in where the grease nipple is, and maybe put some grease nipples in and then try it again. The other option is you get an herb operated grease gun. They're brilliant. My friend has one, and it pumps it in under force a bit more than by hand. That sometimes helps, particularly if you've got old grease in your kingpins. But it's like any grease joint, you really need to do them every 6 months. 1, it stops the wear, and 2, it stops the grease going hard, and then that stops the wear as well. So like I said, it's cleaned up under the arches a bit. Zoom out a bit. I can never get this right. You can see there it's cleaned up now, lovely. Got a bit of a wax and that. I bought some wax. It's a Autoglim spray wax. You spray it on, you can put it on wet and you wipe it off and it just shines. It's brilliant. So I've done the suspension and everything, just under the wheel arch there, as you can see. It's not too bad considering it's been freshly done 7 or 8 years ago, when I put the shockers on and whatnot, and the lowered springs. So I'm quite happy. In the shoes there, you can see in the picture, I've got plenty of life on them. They very rarely work because you hardly touch the brakes, they're that light at the front. But anyway, I'm going to grease the ging pins, get the hub back on, and then put the new wheel on, and then this side's done. Okay, so the fronts are all done now. We'll just zoom around to that. Oh, I always go the wrong way with this thing. But there's the wheels on, the new wheels, and they're all happy. Just need to bed them in. So I'm now on with the backs. So I've just took the back wheel off, and you can see it's filthy under the wheel arch, but it just get all the muck and the suspension, so I'll clean that up. But we're going to whiz the back brakes off. Now these have a single cylinder as opposed to the double on the front, and they have one adjuster at the top. So I'm hoping the brakes are all set lovely, so I'm not going to readjust anything. If I can get the drums off without slacking them off, that'll be great. If I can't, I'll have to slacken it off and then just wind it back in a bit. So the next job is get the back drum off. Okay, so we took the drum off, and as you can see there, I'll zoom in, there's one shoe at the bottom and there's the adjuster at the top. So I've not had to adjust anything, thank goodness. It's all nice, and I've given it a bit of a clean off under underneath the wheel arches now. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner than what it was. Like I say, it's about 7 years ago since I refreshed this. The red, I didn't do the suspension, so the suspension's 20 years old, so it's stayed really well. But the shoe's in great condition, the adjuster's all nice and free, and the cylinder's free and not seized. So I'll put the drum back on, and then the wheel's done. I've got one more side to do. Red one's done and dusted. We'll jump onto the green one then. Okay, so we've now completed the red one. I've got my new wheels on. I've given it a good clean underneath the wheel arches and all the suspension. And hey ho, Andy's turned up.
Good afternoon.
So we're going to do the green one next. He's going to give me an hand with this. But we've just got to check on the carbs because I've had a few problems with trying to get them set up. Which I managed to sort with the kindness of Andy and his manuals from ages ago. So we've got the right jets in, but we've not had full throttle. So we've done some adjustments to the linkage, and we're just going to go and check that. So, but it's obviously something you can't do on your own. So we'll whiz round to the back, and Andy will go to the front, and we'll open the boot, the engine lid, and got the carb. So Andy's now going to put his foot on the throttle for me, full down, and hopefully we've got, and I've got full throttle.
Way.
Absolutely full. It won't, as you can see, I'm pushing on that and it won't go any further.
Lovely.
So we're bang on with that. So that's another job ticked in the box, right Andy? And happy days. So now we need to give it a bit of a test run, but it's a bit wet on the road today, so I want to concentrate on the green one. Although I have got tomorrow as well, I can do some mucking around, but so I've got some other bits to do on the green one, clean it inside and whatnot. But that's it for now on the red one, and next time you see this one, it won't have them bandies on. It'll have them super duper, super light, ultra light 7B13s on the back and 6B13s on the front with Yokohama A539s. So we'll come back on that one very shortly. Okay, so we're now on the green one. So you can see the only difference with this, it's got not got gas shock absorbers on, it's just got the standard ones on. But it's got the 1-inch lowered spring, it's got the braided hoses, and this doesn't have the original under seal on because I stripped all that off when I did the restoration and stone chipped it all. And you can just see there where the tyres rubbed very slightly, so I'll have to touch that up. But yeah, this is really good, this underneath. And everything's been powder coated on this one, whereas the other one was all painted. So it's a bit better job. Andy's just cleaning the wheel nuts up there ready for the mini lights to go on. So the next protocol is just whiz this drum off, and same on the other side, check it over, give it a polish underneath, put it back together, go to the backs. And it's a quick polish of the car, and then jobs are good. Okay, so now I've got the wheels on the Singer Sport, and to be honest, it's far better in my opinion, and I'm biased because it's my vehicle, but it just finishes it off better than them steel wheels. And they've managed to find the old badges which I used to have on the wheel centres just to finish it off. Singer Sport, look at that. Brand new wheel centres, the old wheels off the red one. And the red one's here with its new wheels on. And they've got Sport badge in the centre. Yes, but they've got chrome centres where the others haven't. And to be honest, I think they both look great with the ultra lights on, which are from Huddersfield Mini Spurs, and then the wheel nuts and the tyres from Demon Tweaks in Wrexham. And it just really finishes the car off. As far as I'm concerned, it looks far better than it does with the banded steels, which are down there, and they're going to be put in the loft of the garage for a rainy day, or in case I decide to sell them to someone who wants them. So now that's it for the check over. Underneath looks all right on the chamois. The brakes were all good, no C cylinders. Cleaned all the wheel arches and the floor pans up. I'll try and get a picture of it and upload it in a bit. Now I've just got to clean the outside, windscreen, windows, empty the entire interior, hoover it all out and give it a run out tonight while it's dry. Make sure everything's okay with it, and then it's I think it might be, I'll see what the gearbox is like. I think it might be all right, but I'll see. If I'm happy with it, I'll leave it in, and if not, it's ready for the new owner, potentially. Speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so I just give the Chamois Sport a quick wax over with my Maguires, and oh my god, I forgot how much it comes up so well, this car. This is under fluorescent lights as well. It's just amazing. I don't know really what I'm doing, selling it, but you can't keep everything. So I'm just going to give it a hoover. And I'm going to give it a bit of a spin, and if it's nice tomorrow, I'm going out in it. One last spin, make sure everything's okay before the MOT. And yeah, it's just a beautiful car. It's one of my better, well, all my restorations are good, but this one is such a rare vehicle. You know, it's got the 100-mile-an-hour speedo over the original standard chamois, which is 90. Got all the right decals on it. The only difference with the wood should be mahogany, and I've done oak because I prefer that, but the car itself is just stunning. You know, Metro front seats in it, recliners with the original centre inserts in, brand new headlining up there, everything as it should be, and just sat on the mini lights, just really finish it off. Even down to the door catches, everything's really mint on it, door edges. It's just a lovely car, and I even got my Singer chamois silver trim, stainless steel trim plates I made. Be a shame to see it go, but I know the new owner will be delighted, and it's a stunning car. It really is. A few little chips on it, but the doors shut really well. Everything shuts well, everything lines up really well, and it's a great car.